So this story is going to be three different stories in one, but they're all interconnected. It has to deal with the Secret Service head being subpoenaed, or at least the House GOP subpoenas the Secret Service head over failures leading to the Trump assassination attempt. It's also going to have to deal with the fact that there was, shorts against Trump's Truth Social stock more than doubled from July 1st to the 12th, leaving the possibility of unknown individuals maybe having foreknowledge of an attempted assassination for Trump. Oh, come on. It's not the first time there's been secrets and scandals here in the good old USA. And finally, I guess a former student who knew the shooter is going to kind of give a background of who he was. So it's three stories, tic-tac-toe, three in a row. So let's go ahead and pull up this segment here. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about it right here. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So House Oversight Chairman, Committee Chairman James Comer on Wednesday subpoenaed Secret Service Director Kimberly Chittle to appear at a hearing on July 22nd regarding the attempted Trump assassination. Comer stated that the Secret Service had initially committed to Chittle's attendance, but Department of Homeland Security officials appear to have intervened, and now his attendance will be in question. The protective mission of the Secret Service is to play a critical role in protecting the U.S. and visiting world leaders, safeguarding U.S. elections through the protection of candidates and nominees. They have not done that. Has anyone Democratic primary? Marianne Williamson, Dean Phillips, RFK Jr., Fat Tony, a.k.a. Jank. Did they get any Secret Service protection? No. Anybody got that? No, they did not. The assassination attempt of former president and current Republican nominee for president represents a total failure of the agency's core mission and demands congressional oversight. In my opinion, the Secret Service is, the modern day era of the Praetorian Guard. And let's just face it, folks, those bastards killed Aurelian. Anyways, yes, that's right. I am bringing up an incident that happened before I was even born, okay? Way before any of us were born. Freaking Praetorians. Despite allowing you to seek with the media, both the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Secret Service have failed to provide assurances regarding your appearance at the Oversight Committee scheduling hearing, thereby necessitating the attached subpoena. Comer wrote that the committee sent Chittle a request to appear before the committee on the date of the attempt. Initially, the Secret Service committed to your attendance. Subsequently, though, however, DHS officials appear to have intervened, and your attendance is now in question. In addition, since DHS's intervention, there have been no meaningful updates or information shared with the committee. Comer wrote that the lack of transparency and failure to cooperate with the committee on the pressing matter by both the DHS and Secret Service further calls into question your ability to lead the Secret Service and necessitates the attached subpoena compelling your appearance before the Oversight Committee. To which I say, there's a lot of weird shenanigans taking place. Something ain't adding up for what happened to Trump. And I'm going to say this again one more time. I am not a Democrat voter, and I am not a Republican voter. I am not a Biden supporter. I am not a Trump supporter. But I am glad that Trump is safe. I dread to think what could have happened if things went south. If certain things did not transpire. I don't want to even think about it. That's how frightened I am of that scenario. But this caught my attention. Shout out to Hotspot. Shorts against Truth Social, down Trump stock, more than doubled from July 1st to the 12th, leaving room for the possibility of unknown individuals having foreknowledge of an attempted Trump assassination. And you don't have to believe me. Listen to this phone call. I will not interrupt. I will do my best not to interrupt. I know I break that promise from time to time. But listen very carefully, my lovelies. If you don't think that there is some sort of secret stuff going on, you have not been paying attention.
Hello?
Alex? Is this Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
My name is Jason Goodman. We don't know each other, but I was calling to see if you're aware of this information that's going around the internet about Austin Private Wealth shorting 12 million shares of Trump media stock. Is there anything to this? There's a lot of information about your company going around right
now. I can't comment on it.
Uh-huh.
Who are you?
My name is Jason Goodman, and people are saying that the Texas investment firm Austin Private Wealth, LLC, shorted 12 million shares of Trump's Truth Social stock. I think it's called Trump Digital Media World or something like that, the day before the assassination attempt. And the thing that's got me concerned is that people on the internet are publicizing, here are some of the organizations that receive donations from the investment firm. The ADL, the ACLU, Hadassah, Shalom, Austin, Camp. I mean, the thing that bothers me is that people are obviously focusing on these Jewish charities. I'm Jewish, and I walk around New York City. The climate is that people attack me because they say you look like a Zionist. So I'm interested to know, first of all, how your company could have this prescient foresight to short 12 million shares of this stock the day before the assassination attempt. That's obviously very suspicious. But I just also wanted to ask you if it's true that these charities are charities that your company is donating to. I don't really think it's particularly important. You're free to donate to whoever you want. But there's a narrative building around your company that's dangerous for people like me.
Right, I understand. So it was a reporting error. So if you go back and look at that same filing, you'll see it's updated. It was a clerical error in the filing.
Well, how did that occur? I mean, were you trying to short fewer shares than that? How could such an error like this? It seems like a remarkable coincidence for that dramatic of an error.
So real quick here, Lawrence Fine, here's a short definition just for you. All right. So short selling a stock is when a trader borrows shares from a broker and immediately sells them with the expectation that the share price will fall shortly after. If it does, the trader can buy the shares back at the lower price, return them to the broker, and keep the difference, minus any loan interest as profit. So in other words, it's a way to get that cash, that money, that cash money, money, cash money, money, cash. And it's very insidious. How do you think Nancy and her fantastic friends in Congress are doing so well? They got that insider information. And the only way you can kind of make that moves is either one, you're really good at looking at stonks, the stonks, ADSTONKS, the stocks to be more precise. Or somebody gave you a cheat code. That's how it's done. Now, listen, folks, listen. Edward Shore, ding, 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 ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, yeah. So let's continue on with the rest of this. Sorry, I will continue playing the rest of the video. But I did say I'd interrupt it, but it's legit.
To occur the day before this historic incident, doesn't it?
So the reporting is generated June 30th, and it was a clerical error. I do believe we'll be releasing something to our website with more detail on it. But if you go look at the updated filing, you'll see the proper data in there.
Okay. And is it true that these are charities that you donate to? Would you care to answer if your discretion?
I can't comment on that, sir. Sorry.
Okay. I think you got to get in front of this on the social media platform because, as I said, I think it's horrible PR for your company. It's dangerous for Jewish people who are experiencing hatred online and in public. And it's very difficult.
Kind of like how it's being deflected. Oh, my goodness gracious. The crisis in Gaza. We got to get in front of this. No, look, listen. This is a private equity firm. They don't have a soul being a private equity firm. Private equity firms, all these corporations, all these hedge fund people, all what they care about is profit. Hold on, let me say it again. Profit. And heaven forbid if there's something that happens that leads to global catastrophe, so long as they earn that extra shiny red cent, they'll be happy. All these private equity firms, they don't care about nothing else but money.
To understand how this could have happened, but I appreciate you speaking to me.
Understand. Thank you.
Have a nice night.
What I do find funny, though, what I do find hilarious is that it's just like, that doesn't answer any of the questions, because it doesn't. It really doesn't. And I'll have democracy in the chat. Do you think the recipient of that phone call was giving out honest answers about why that little fantastic firm was earning that extra money. Austin Private Wealth LLC. By the way, the firm, it shorted 12 million. Oh, I'm sorry. 12 million shares of Donald Trump's stock and 34,000 shares of the Rumble Bumble stock the day before the attempted Trump assassination. Insists that the filings made that day was a clerical error. Do you think that was a clerical error? Type 1 for Kit. People make mistakes. You know, I expect some seriousness from you, but sometimes people do make mistakes, and this is just a clerical error. It's an unfortunate circumstance. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. A type 2 man, ain't no clerical error. Something stinky. It ain't the fish. I wonder how many twos we'll get in the chat. I wonder. Wonder Bread style. Ooh la la. So now we're just going to switch things up just a little bit in relation to this story, because look, Secret Service head being subpoenaed by the GOP, as they should, because let's face it, Secret Service, Hollywood has presented you guys and gals as being competent individuals, as action stars, always ready to fight. Woo! But man, you guys were caught with your pants down. Dance off, pants off. I mean, you have not a single leg to stand on. And your track record for this election cycle has been pretty stupid, pretty terrible, especially for the Biden-Harris administration that didn't give Secret Service protection to any of the primary candidates in the Democratic primary. Brilliant move there. Brilliant move indeed, right? Right? And then, of course, you have this potential clerical error. Not that there would be any kind of inside information, heaven forbid. But now let's kind of get a background to who the shooter was. Now, clearly, Thomas Matthew Crooks was a disturbed individual. He was a victim of bullying, and that's no excuse for what he did. But this is madness and insanity. But let's go ahead and play this video.
Thomas was a quiet kid unless there was something that he was passionate about, politics being one of them. He just did not like politicians, especially with the choices that we've had. He did not like our politicians. It was especially during 2016. It was Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, all of them. He showed that he disliked all of them, did not like any of them. So I brought up the fact that I'm Hispanic and, you know, I'm for Trump. And he said, well, you're Hispanic, so shouldn't you hate Trump? And I was like, no, he's great. I mean, like, he's a great president. And he's, you know, he called me stupid, or insinuated that I was stupid. He's like, well, that's kind of stupid. If he was a know-it-all. So, like, once again, if he was passionate about something, he would just talk, and acted like he knew everything, especially politics related. And he would say it in a tone that was like, I'm better than you, in a type of way. And, you know, meanwhile, it's like, dude, we're in the same classes. You know what I mean? We're talking about the same stuff here. And whenever it comes to politics, I mean, at the end of the day, I can agree, you can disagree, I can disagree. We're not even nothing about it. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's, you know, I mean, we're just starting to figure out who we like and all. But yeah, he was real smug and arrogant whenever he was talking. And whether that was his way to try to make friends or be funny, I don't know. But it got under my skin a lot. So his friend group, they were known for being, like I said, like just out there, a little bit more recluse. Some of them didn't even show up to school. Some of them went homeschool. Some of them, I think one of them went to like a private school. They were definitely the type, and they did make threats to shoot up our school. And that year, I believe it was our freshman year, because I had left our freshman year. Before I had left, you know, everyone going through Snapchat, everybody's texting, everybody, you know, saying this, that, and the third. Everybody was saying it was Thomas who made a threat. and it was that friend group. Everyone was mainly blaming the friend group, but a name that kept coming up was Thomas. And he never did anything. You know what I mean? He left school for a couple of days. It wasn't anything like a suspension or anything. It was just a couple of days. You know, he was not severely bullied. Almost nobody knew him. So, you know, for somebody who got severely bullied, I mean, I'm not going to name names, but I could name you a few students that were severely bullied, and I remember their names. He's not one of them. The signs were there, and somebody definitely had to look out.
Now, this is an interview that did happen on Fox News Digital, and so this was just one of the many testimonies, because there's been other people who have come forward trying to describe who he was. Now, this seems to be a person who is very susceptible to propaganda. This is where corporate media comes into play. This is where fear tactics come to play, and this is where people become susceptible to believing in their own false, fake reality. Look, I got my criticism of Donald Trump, but he's not the end-all, be-all threat to, quote-unquote, our democracy, because we're not a democracy. Theoretically, we're a constitutional republic, but in all reality, let's face it, we are an oligarchy. That's what we are. But all this fear, all this stupidity, all this madness, all this corruption has led us. What do these three stories have combined all together? We have incompetent institutions. We have incompetent politicians on both sides of the aisle. We have a corrupt economic system. We have insider trading and people who are manipulating the entire economy. And of course, in then turn, when the people are exposed to all of this, we have a rise of mental health issues in this country, and we have people who are then easily programmed into believing the lies and propaganda from outlets like BSDNC, CNN, and yes, even Fox News, because they're all part of that big club. It's insanity. I, for one, have to say, for all this that has taken place, the story will continue to unfold. There's more to this, so much more to this. But as a final note, I'm glad that things did not go south on Saturday. I am glad that Trump is alive. I don't want anything bad to happen to any of the candidates. That even includes Joe Biden, liberals. But overall, if this doesn't convince you that the rot is showing, that the gangrene is spreading all across this republic of ours, I don't know what else to tell you. The people are giving up. The system is corrupt. The media is corrupt. It is all one big failure, and it's going to come crashing down. What have I've always said about lies? You could tell a really well-constructed lie that looks solid and strong, and some lies can last for a very long time. But all lies have this one thing in common. They all crumble and fall apart. The truth comes crashing in, and the system comes crashing down. And Hard Lens Media will be here to talk about it.